So we had, as you know, a failure on the U-joint on the Honda Talon and got stuck and basically couldn't move. And what caused that and what happened to it and how can you stop it and prevent it from happening again? So basically what happens is on the U-joint in the Honda Talon, and apparently I wasn't the first one this happened to, and it's a known issue. So going forward, you should know about this so you don't get stuck in some remote spot. So here's the U-joint. This is what happens, and this is where it fails. If you look at this one here, this is one that has failed. And normally there's what's called a bearing cup sitting in here. And if you look on here, you can see this is the bearing cup that should be sitting in here. As the joint starts getting rattled and wearing over time, it doesn't take a long time. Some people have had this happen to them after like 100 miles, sometimes a few hundred miles. Mine was at just short of 800 miles and it failed. So what happens is this bearing cup gets loose, and then the C-clamp, the C-ring that's holding it on the back side, it starts rattling, it starts wearing a little bit, and then when the C-ring pops off, this whole thing fails, and now you're stuck. Wherever you are stuck, you can't move. You'll need to get dragged out somehow. So that's what happens. This starts wiggling it over time, not every time, not for everybody, but it happens enough that you should be aware of it. C-ring fails, this falls apart, and you're stuck. So if you look at this one is what it looks like if it's falls out and you're not going anywhere. So the cure is, according to several people, thank you all for your input, is to tack weld or spot weld on 2 spots here on your U-joint, on every one of these, on this side, that side, at the full length of the drive shaft. And this will prevent this from ever beginning to start rattling and so on. And so it won't allow the clip to start rattling and it won't fail. So that's the plan. So anyway, you can do this yourself. If you're not able to do that yourself, but it's covered under warranty. Mine is covered under warranty, which is great. However, that doesn't help you when you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. If you aren't able to do your own tack welding, use this JB Weld, a steel stick. And the easiest way, apparently, from others telling me this, is that if you go from underneath, you remove the skid plate, it's a lot easier to get access to your drive shaft than trying to go through the plastics on the interior and the driver's side. And then this stuff, cut a little piece off, work it around your fingers for 5 minutes, shove a little spot here and here on all the U-joints. It takes 5 minutes to set up and 1 hour to cure. So that's a great thing going forward if you want to deal with this now before it breaks down, or just try to prevent this from happening. I would use that. I'm very pleased with GoAZ. Before they put in my new drive shaft, they called me to confirm that they will do the spot welding or the tack welding for me on all the U-joints for a fee of $130, which isn't covered by the warranty, but I'm happy to pay $130 and not get stuck in the middle of nowhere.